thought I just heard a me. Yes, you. I want to know your name. Show yourself!
Hello, and welcome back to the Ghoul Bois YouTube channel. As you can see, I am currently alone today. I don't have my fellow investigators with me as we are currently getting snowed in. In today's episode, we are actually checking out the old Metropolitan State Hospital and Mental Asylum in Waltham. But before we get started, since Tristan and Dante couldn't make it out because we are currently getting snowed in, they did take some time to send some videos of our current situation in the greater Boston area and how much snow that we've gotten. So why don't we cut to those clips?
This is Dante from the Ghoul Bois, and this is our current situation here in New England, in the greater Boston area.
Alrighty. Now, with that out of the way, why don't we get into the hunt a little bit?
Now, for you guys, it's a welcome, but for us, and mainly Tristan, it's a welcome back, if you'd like to get into that.
Indeed, indeed. So I have been here over the last few years, multiple times, around 15. So I grew a pretty strong attachment to this place. So I took a very long break from coming over here because my last interaction here wasn't so pleasant compared to how it usually goes. We have a lot of history here.
Yeah. Even me and Dante behind the camera as well.
Hello.
We've been here four times now. And this is our fifth. So now that we've got our introduction and a little brief history of our past experiences, I'd just like to get into a little bit of the history of the building.
Now we get into the long, haunting history of the Metropolitan State Hospital.
So the Metropolitan State Hospital was one of the largest state public hospitals in Massachusetts at the time. It operated from 1927 until it closed down in 1992.
So that's about 100 years. We're a year off of 100 years. Granted, this building would be 100 years because everything else has been either torn down or completely renovated over. Yeah, so
it's crazy.
That actually over there is one other side of the wing, I guess you could say, because as we said, this property is absolutely massive. So those buildings there are pretty identical to what that wing looked like. Obviously, it's been modernized and gutted. Anything else in that little special?
Oh, actually, yes. I'm waiting to get back from a historian from the Waltham Library. I'm trying to get some more information about a murder that happened here between two inmates. The original rumor was that you
want me to touch on that?
Yeah. Would you like to go into that?
My first time coming here, after we had left, we went through a little bit of the history on the car ride home, and the legend is there was a nurse here who was murdered by one of the patients, and the only reason they found out about her murder was one of the other nurses had gone into his room and upon searching his drawer found her lower jaw. Later to find out there was body parts, burials all around the property, not just here but over in different wings. Now granted, that's the legend, that's why we're waiting back on some information to get you guys the actual facts.
As of right now, the only facts that we have are that it wasn't between a nurse and an inmate, it was between two inmates. And the inmate who was murdered, her name was Ann Davey. The murderer, who was another inmate, we only have his first name at the time, which was Melvin. But I'm waiting on the historian to get back to me. It happened in about 1978. Once the historian gets back to us, we will be sure to give you more information about that either in this video or in the following debrief for this video. But with that history lesson out of the way, why don't we get into the hunt a little bit? So we're just going to be doing our investigation from outside, just for legal reasons. We are waiting on getting our liability,
insurance
and permits, so that we can go inside these places safely and make sure that we don't get injured, the building isn't damaged in any ways, and that we actually have the building to ourselves, most importantly.
Yeah.
Because the worst part about going to abandoned buildings, there's probably going to be people exploring or homeless people, and that could be noises that you're hearing as well.
Which we will also always do our best to debunk those noises.
Yes. As you can see in our last video, and as you're probably going to see in this video as well, with all the rain dropping and
a lot of outside noise that could really interfere with the solid evidence.
Well, with that being said, why don't we get into the first piece of investigation? Let's start a spirit box session up. Alrighty, so here we are. We're about to start our spirit box session. Right below us, right here, is the former padded room.
It's kind of a mix of a vault room and a padded room.
Like a disciplinary kind of room.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a dungeon.
Yeah, because
We have some footage.
We might have some footage from the past.
We do.
Yeah, we're right above the old padded room, and we're gonna get our spirit box session going right about now.
and this room too was one of the rooms specifically where I had most of my encounters and one of my mild possessions.
Dante was more present for it than you were.
I was.
But all right, let's get this going.
Hell yeah.
Let's get this rocking
We
and
got the
rolling.
antenna up. Let's get her going. You got some questions you want to ask, brother?
I got tons of questions. Are there any spirits that are still present here in this building or on the property that would like to speak with us? Are any of those spirits here? Do you remember me? I remember you guys here. Are there any spirits here that are evil?
Ooh.
I thought I just heard window.
What was that? I heard that. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Are any of the spirits here with us? Are you trapped here or do you choose to stay here? Because this is your home.
Is there any chance we're speaking to the spirit of Ann Davy? Oh,
That was something.
I heard a female voice.
I was going to
also
say
heard
that
a
could have
female
been a
voice.
yes.
Ann, are you trying to communicate with us?
Are you angry about being murdered here?
What was that?
Is your spirit still trapped here?
Oh,
Some weird interference.
yeah.
Is the Shadow Man present with us?
I heard you all.
Are you still here playing games with the people that come? I believe that Shadow Man is the person who killed the other inmate.
Or maybe possessed the other inmate to kill her. But let's get back to the spirit box, see if we can get a little more information on here.
Yeah.
Was that the spirit of Ann Davies we were communicating with? Or was it something else entirely?
So here we are at the front entrance. It was a little bit drippy over there on the side.
Yeah.
And we didn't really want to get our equipment very wet. So we're up here on the front entrance.
That vault room, padded room, would be right
Directly
under here.
below us.
Yes.
SM mode.
Are there any spirits here trying to communicate with us? Heard something there.
Yeah.
Are any of those spirits here? Do you remember who we are? Do you know how long you've been trapped here?
I heard a Y.
That was the dog in the background.
No, it was from the radio.
Do you choose to stay here or are you trapped here? Is this your home?
Is that a home?
I
Home
heard.
or no, but that
I
could have
heard.
been.
I heard something.
That was a female saying home.
So this is home to you. Is this where you feel comfortable? Sound like the same voice maybe saying no.
Yeah.
Do you feel imprisoned here? Is something holding you hostage here? Or is the stone walls preventing you from leaving? Do you enjoy company coming here?
Or would you rather be left alone? How long have you been trapped here?
Ooh.
If this is the spirit of Ann Davy that we are talking to, we would like you to communicate a little bit harder.
Are there any younger spirits here with us, like children? Are most of the spirits here, or one present talking? Are you an adult? Do you remember how long you were here for before you died?
From engaging.
We're just gonna cut really quick because there's people walking by.
But that was some good stuff.
Yeah, we were getting some good stuff, but now we got some people walking by, so we're just gonna
Yep.
cut for the audio bleed. Alrighty, we're gonna get the spirit box up again. Sorry about the interruption there. We had some people walking by.
FM mode.
3.
Now, if Ann Davy is here, we would really like you to communicate to us.
Mothership.
Said mothership. Do you wish to be set free from this building?
Is it true that you were murdered by another inmate named Melvin? Is it possible that that other inmate could have been possessed by the Shadow Man? Thought I heard something.
I heard like a guttural.
What happened in the basement?
Specifically, what would go down in that padded or vault room?
If it said like torture after that, I would have been like, oh my lord.
Did anything bad happen to you down in that basement?
Did you come here to learn things in the library?
Or did you have a mental disorder that they did not know how to help you with? Did you hear that?
Were you treated fairly, or were you tortured here? Did you have family that visited you, or were you all alone? almost went like it's went silent.
Yeah, it went really
Yeah, we
silent. We
went
might
dead
have asked a
silent.
question that made her upset or something.
Because
Do you guys maybe want to try moving to the other side of the building, closer to the library?
Yeah.
yeah, maybe.
So
on that side.
we're gonna move over to the library. In the past, Tristan, if you'd like to get into this, it was more your story.
Yes. So, other than the story I'm going to tell about the incident that happened here with me, and our cameraman was there present along with somebody else.
I was.
I was also there, but I was currently outside with our buddy Brady. Speaking of the Shadow Man, he's actually one of the only people that we know that have actually laid eyes on the Shadow Man. And for reference, this kid that we know, he's not really afraid of anything. He didn't really believe in ghosts until that night. He was literally on his phone the whole time while I got scratched standing in the room
And where
by
did you-
myself.
where did
I
you
got
get
scratched right on my hand. I had 2 scratches going down my hand. And then Brady was in the doorway of that vault room downstairs. Maybe we have some B-roll from a few years ago that we could cut to. And he was shook, pale as a ghost, eyes watering. I had never seen him that
Never
terrified.
seen this kid cry ever.
Ever. He goes, yo, could you please come with me outside? So I left Tristan, our cameraman Dante, and our buddy Eli upstairs in the library while I took Brady outside from the basement. And you want to get into the library?
So, up in the library, because the building here that's still here is, my best guess is the learning center for all the younger people that were here.
Yeah, administration building and learning center.
Yes, administration specifically. So there's a lot of paperwork you'll see on the floor. There's desks,
File
lockers.
cabinets.
So the library in specific, when we were in the library asking a few questions, we felt a colder presence coming through the building. Believe it or not, you could actually feel a cold swirling right in between all 3 of us, to the point where you stuck your hand in and you could feel the air moving around you. So a few seconds after that, we had asked a few questions, and we asked the spirit to communicate. I don't remember the exact question it was, but to communicate through a knock. We had received a knock to our question, and we had asked again the same question. If that was you, can you knock for us twice? We got both of those knocks we asked for. Asked the question again, if you'd like us to leave, can you give us another knock? Followed by that was 2 loud bangs in the room next to us. There's one thing that I've learned about ghost hunting is when a spirit tells you to get out,
You leave.
you leave.
Yeah.
Listen.
So that's the whole story behind the library incident.
With that being said, let's get to the spirit box.
Can we make contact with the Shadow Man?
So we're about to get our second spirit box session in for the library. We are outside just below the library. It goes along this side of the building on the 2nd floor, unfortunately. But we're getting as close as we can for right now. And you got some questions loaded up, maybe for the Shadow Man or anything upstairs?
Let's do it.
Alrighty. We'll get her on it.
SM mode.
Alrighty, you ready?
Is the Shadow Man present with us? Do you remember playing games with us in the building?
I heard something though.
I know you're a mischievous spirit.
I thought I just heard him say shit.
I thought I heard a no.
Do you remember messing with us in the building? Appearing on both sides?
Give it like 10 seconds in between.
Do you remember us from the library incident with the knocks?
Scream while you were talking. Was there anybody harmed in the library or on the 2nd floor?
Did you harm anyone here? As in adventurers and explorers, not just your fellow inmates? Do you prefer being called a patient than an inmate?
Who's breathing?
Do you remember this building for coming into class? Or signing your name on a paper at the administrative office? Was this the doorway that you last saw your freedom when you entered?
I heard something there. Did your family or friends ever come to visit you?
Did you have friends or family that sent you here?
Whoa.
That was a deeper, clearer voice.
Well, it sounded like he said murder.
Did you get harmed?
Did you harm somebody to make it here?
Or did you have a mental disorder?
Were you sent here? Or did you check yourself in due to your illness? Did you enter this building as a child or an adult?
Do you remember how you died? I thought I heard a shore.
Do you remember? I was gonna ask two series of questions in one. I confused myself.
Of course you did.
We would really like you to communicate a little bit harder. Use this box that we are using right here to communicate with us.
Did you agree with the doctor's diagnosis?
Whoa.
said yes.
I also heard that.
That sounded like a scream.
Were you here for a long time, or did you get released?
How old were you when you got sent here?
Did I say 3?
I thought I heard 4. Were you young?
You think too, because the younger patients, if they had Down syndrome, even stuff like
They would
that.
probably be in this building separated from anybody else.
Yeah.
People that are younger with mental incapacities.
Because
stuff like
back
that.
then, there was a lot of, disposing of children
And they
who
didn't know
had
how
stuff
to
like,
treat
they had no idea what it was. There could be spirits from all different ages here, because this wing specifically being the classrooms and the administrative, the main entrance. I mean, you can see there's an old flagpole, a driveway that was.
This is where everybody came
At some point when they came here,
when they came to this facility.
and if they left.
Yes. If they left.
And these other wings that are on this compound house different age groups, different disabilities as well.
Yeah.
So everybody was separated.
Are we dealing with someone who was murdered? Or maybe someone who died from lack of care?
Alrighty, turn on FM mode. You ready to get started, brother? We're gonna start the spirit box by the tree.
Alright.
Whoa.
Are there any spirits here in the woods with us?
Was this an area where you'd come out to play in the garden?
There's a full song there.
I know. Was part of your duties here to tend to the garden?
Now, were you here before this was a hospital? Or were you an inmate or a worker at the hospital?
Oh, I thought I just heard like a quick no.
We'll have to review the audio. Highway to the danger zone.
Did you come out to this garden to do bad things to other people?
I just heard a hell no. Now, there were reports of people being buried on property in unmarked graves. Were you one of those people? I just heard I was.
Why did you choose to do bad things? Was it because you were sick? Or sick from a spiritual presence?
Or did somebody do bad things to you for no reason? That was radio. That was a scream. Are you in pain?
Are you at peace now that you're gone?
Or are you angry? Do you feel vengeful?
Did you commit suicide here?
Or were you harmed?
It's kind of quiet now.
Yeah, we were getting
As soon as I said suicide, you scrolled through and I like barely heard anything.
Could this spirit we are communicating by the tree be the spirit of Ann Davey, the woman who was murdered on property and supposedly buried in separate graves along the property?
Nobody fucking cares.
Spidey! Spidey D, bro.
Oh, that's Spidey. Spidey Donut, dude.
Oh shit, dude.
Spidey!
D.
Yo, there's candy.
Shit, there's fucking candy, yo.
Don't take it.
I was about to take it, then I saw the letter on it.
Now we head back up to the main building to try to get some audio evidence from as close to inside as we can.
If there are any spirits here with us, could you please make a noise from inside of the building? Could you throw something? Could you make a knock? That was water.
Knock once if you remember me.
That was also water.
Do you remember me from a few years ago?
If there's any spirits at all, could you please try to communicate with us?
We're not really getting anything there.
Yeah.
Dude, when we first walked up to it, I could just smell the fucking...
The asbestos.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that wraps up our investigation over at the main building. Now we make our way over to the old cemetery.
We're parked at a park right now, which is the closest entrance to the old unmarked
pathway entrance.
Yes, pathway through the woods. It's not really an entrance.
I think they're literally just like
Rocks and
concrete
shit.
blocks.
Yeah.
I don't even think they're like an actual stone slab or anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's right down there. You can see the stone wall. This cemetery is so remote.
It's in the middle of fucking nowhere, dude.
It just really puts in.
It's crazy to think that these are people's final resting places.
So here we are in a pretty remote area in the middle of the woods. As you can see, we just have cement blocks.
One thing about spirit energy is stone is one of the biggest things that have known to withhold energy. And if you look around us, this whole place is stone walls. And another thing that is known to anger spirits is improper burials bring upon negative energy. And the fact that we're already talking about a negative situation with the hospital, the way that these people were treated, and just like overall situation is already a really negative thing. Yeah. Now you come here and you bury these people without even marking them.
It is called the Fern Cemetery. Served Metropolitan State Hospital and the Fern
School, which we talked about earlier.
So, a brief history rundown.
A P on the tombstones indicate Protestant burials. Left side
C is Catholic.
So here actually used to be a angel statue. The thing about this statue is if you see where it's located based on where we are in the graveyard, it's kind of tucked off into the corner, but under its eyes, you could see that it was faded as if it had been crying for years. And then just one quick story of when I came here for the first time, I had brought in some friends with me. There was a girl with us who was standing right over on the other side of that tree. The other two of us, or three of us, were here. Out of nowhere, we heard her scream, bloody murder. We ran over to her, checked on her, pale as a ghost. She's crying, she's shaking. We're asking what's going on. She couldn't speak to us for a few seconds. And then finally she came and said, a shadow ran at me and I felt it go through me. She was an absolute mess. We're freaked out now. And that was the last time that I came here, other than with these guys. But
looks like they replaced the angel statue with a nice statue of Jesus with a old school rosary on there.
Now we try to contact the spirits that still remain in this cemetery.
Alrighty,
Let's get
I'm
it.
gonna get her on, switch her to FM mode, and then...
it's Bluetooth time.
Nope, it's FM mode.
I know, it's just funny because it says Bluetooth.
You ready?
Are there any spirits here in this cemetery looking to communicate with us? Are any of those spirits here the ones that are present with us? Do you remember any of us here that are standing here? Do you remember the times we entered your home and invaded your space for an investigation prior?
A little bit louder.
Do you remember what made you fall victim to this place and eventually die here?
I heard a yeah.
Was that time you had here short-lived, or were you stuck here for a while?
I heard something, but I couldn't understand it.
Do you remember how long you were here for? Was your time here peaceful or painful?
Give it some time.
Are any spirits from either of the compounds stuck here? Did you have friends here? fellow patients that you talked to?
Thought I heard a no.
Did they isolate you from the outside? Were you locked in rooms at times for bad behavior?
Whoa.
Rihanna.
Did you receive the proper care during your time here?
I heard a voice there. Ask about Ann Davy.
Is the presence of Ann Davy here?
Ask again louder.
Is the presence of Ann Davy here? Oh. For a second I was like, no way.
Yeah, and then it said assistant.
Are any of the patients that Ann Davy worked with here? Did Ann Davy care for you properly?
She wasn't a nurse.
She was?
No, inmate.
Oh, I keep mixing that up. My apologies. Are there any other patients here that had a personal conversation with Ann Davy?
That was a no.
I heard that.
Was Ann Davy a friend of yours? Or was she a bad person? Is it Mervin or Melvin?
Melvin.
Did anyone know of Melvin, the one that supposedly killed the girl?
Ask about the shadow man.
Whoa. Right after you mentioned Shadow Man, thought I heard a deep yeah.
Is the Shadow Man present here at the graveyard?
Ask that again.
Is the Shadow Man present here with us?
I just heard a yes.
Are you the one that haunts these grounds?
Ask again.
If the Shadow Man is present with us, are you the one that ran at my friend a few years ago? Are you the one that scared my friend Brady in the main building? Did you commit any crimes here? Maybe murder or assault?
I heard something that was unintelligible.
Are there any children here present that attended the Fernald School? Are you one of the children that is laying in the ground here?
What the hell was that?
That was across like 6 different stations.
That was incredible.
Are you a child from the school trapped here?
Are there any demonic presence in this cemetery? Dude, I just bumped something.
Does the stone wall trap you here?
Sound like I heard a
Is that a no? Yeah,
I heard
that's
that too.
right.
You heard that? Getting some good stuff.
Are there any tunnels here that lead around the complex?
Katy Perry.
Yeah, right. Does it say hello?
It sounded radio though.
I've got hello.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask questions and I can scroll through it?
Or as long as we don't talk at the same time, I can ask questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you ask some questions yourself then.
If the spirit of Ann Davy is here, we would like you to try to communicate with us a little bit harder, please.
What was that? Whoa.
That was a male voice we heard. If it's not the spirit of Ann Davies, if there's any other spirit, would you mind communicating? That was Bruno Mars.
These people are also trapped out of heaven. Locked out of heaven.
Oh, cut. All right, so we just finished our spirit box over at the angel statue. Yeah, I think we actually did get it. We heard some stuff on scene.
We need to go back into the audio.
Yeah, we're gonna go into that audio, make sure that we can get a little bit more clear on that, boost it a little bit, and go through that. But why don't we get a shot? Maybe Tristan, why don't I sit on that rock? All right, we're about to get our second spirit box session over at the cemetery going. We're underneath the old tree right here in the center of it. I'm gonna get her going. Tristan, you got some questions you wanna ask? Maybe for the Shadow Man, because we were getting some weird responses before silence over by the angel statue.
Yes.
All righty, I'm gonna turn her on, get her on FM mode, and let's get her going.
We'll get a few repeat questions to start.
Bluetooth mode. FM mode.
Are there any spirits here present that want to communicate with us?
There's a shadow man present in this cemetery.
You gotta give some time in between questions. Like 20 seconds at least.
Are there any spirits of the young age from the Ferncroft School, Fernald School? Did you attend that school? Are you buried here?
Sound like a yell.
Did you have friends that you went to school with that may have died before you?
Whoa.
Is this someone communicating with us? Can you tell us your name? If you speak directly to this box, we will be able to hear you. You can use the energy from the box and ours. Are you a young child?
I heard a yes, but it was an adult male. Are you pretending to be a child?
Or are you mentally a child, although you are older, due to your illness? Say negative?
Maybe.
I heard that was like a...
Yeah. That was deep. That was cut out.
Were you part of any experiments here at this hospital?
Or were you part of the experiments that went on at the Fernald School? Was that a yes?
Maybe a name.
Could you tell us your name? Frank?
How long have you been trapped here?
Whoa.
Dude, that was literally just a psst, like a...
Are you trying to scare us?
Did you say yes?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I have to warn you, we're not very easily scared. Could you maybe show yourself to us?
Yo, Doc.
Say no.
I just heard a yo dog.
I think that may have been
That was
radio.
probably radio, yeah.
If you are here and you would like to speak to us or make your presence known, can you reach out and grab my hand?
Is that a no? Do you not want to come near us? Or are you afraid of us?
Are you mad we're invading your space?
Drain the camera battery that I am using right now.
Are you angry that we are still here? Are you angry that we keep coming back?
Do you want to be left alone, or do you want people to know of your story? We're not really getting too much on it right now. All right, so here we are. We're gonna start our final spirit box session in the cemetery. I'm gonna load up the antenna.
Hopefully we can get some more.
Yeah, we were getting some responses over by the tree and the statue, but after we were asking some personal questions, they ended up stopping communicating, it seemed like, or maybe we just couldn't hear it in person. But on that note, let's get her started. Tristan, you got some questions ready?
Oh yeah. Is the Shadow Man present with us? Do you wish to scare us away?
Is it a shadow man we're dealing with or a shadow woman?
Is that Ave Maria?
Are there any demonic spirits that haunt this graveyard at night?
Are you perhaps the dark figure that ran at our friend?
The dark figure that continuously plays games and scares people. I refer to you as the Shadow Man. What is your real name?
Whichever spirit is trying to communicate it to us, could you please tell us your name? Was that a Y?
I heard a what?
We're trying to shine some light on your guys' situation back in the day. We want to show the hardships and not leave you unnamed.
Are any of the younger or older spirits here with us? Would you like to tell us your name?
Was that the light?
The light on the camera?
No, I heard him say the light.
Yeah, I'm saying, maybe. Do you not like the light shining?
I'm not turning it off.
Is the light bothering you? He said it's fine.
All right, well.
Does it look interesting? I'm sure it's new. You probably haven't seen a light or a camera like that before. Experience? You have experience filming?
We got some filmmakers over here.
His great-grandpappy made that camera. Are there any evil spirits here or on any part of the complex that wants to communicate?
All right.
Are you a female or a male? Are you young or old?
Were you harmed or did you harm yourself? Was that laughing? That sounded like Are there children?
That was literally children laughing, dude.
That's not something you hear on the radio. Are you trying to scare us again? I know you were trying to scare us by the tree.
Say whatever.
Do you not care?
You want to tussle?
Did it just say will?
We don't care about you. How about that?
Do you know our names? We want to know your name. You already know ours. I'm Will. This is Dante and that is Tristan. Now what is your name? I thought I just heard a me. Yes, you. I want to know your name.
Show yourself! You fucking bastard.
We gotta do some editing on that one.
Yeah, I had to, dude. The opportunity was there.
Zach Bagans possessed him.
He kept looking at me and goes,
Alrighty, so that wraps it up for us over here at the cemetery and our investigation on our second hunt. We'll get back to you once we review the footage, and we'll see you in the debrief.
Could the spirits we were communicating with be spirits still trapped in the old Metropolitan State Hospital? Was that the spirit of Ann Davey we were communicating with? What really happened to her? Was she really buried on property?
I just heard a me. Yes, you. I want to know your name.
Show yourself!
To us, it's pretty clear. But let us know what you think in the comments. And we will see you in the debrief.